Oh, good afternoon. I'm here this afternoon with Andy Spirou, owner of Urban Ground, one of his two coffee shops, restaurants in the town centre. Andy, I think you said to me you've been here 3 years, into your fourth year.
Yep, that's right. So we opened Bolton Road in 2011, and then we've been at this site since 2017. So we opened in August.
And a long family history, I'm learning then, about your mum and dad actually ran a hotel in the town before you went into coffee shops.
Born and raised, unfortunately, unfortunately, in hospitality. So parents had a hotel, before that had a restaurant, so I was born, we had a flat above the restaurant. So yeah, we've always been in hospitality.
So you grew up learning how to look after customers well?
Yeah, it's an inherent part of Cypriots, Greek Cypriots anyway, so we're good at it.
You're good at it. And I remember the day, I think it's only 2 years ago, maybe 3, that you were actually voted Eastbourne Business of the Year at the annual Business Awards.
Yeah.
That was a great moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, very proud moment. Yeah, we've worked hard to position ourselves and to make great coffee and great hospitality, and it was really nice to be recognised.
Well, you're well known for the standard of your coffee, as you know, Andy. So tell me, it's been a tricky year though, and here you are in the corner of Little Chelsea, bottom of South Street, and it's quite a vibrant shopping area, but clearly this last year has been such a difficult one. You were pretty quick off the mark, I think, back in the first lockdown, in trying to keep a service to your customers. Tell us how that looked. I think it was very much a family affair, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So we left it until about the 20th of May, I believe it was, and then we saw a couple of other cafes opening, and there was sort of more people around, and we were still able to open as takeaway anyway, but we had chosen not to. But we used the windows at Bolton Road to take the order at one and then serve out of the other. And rather than getting the staff back and the team back into work because it was all furlough, there was no flexible furlough at the time, we decided to work just as a family. So my daughters, 16 and 18, come and join me, and one was taking orders, one was serving drinks, and I was making the coffee, so it worked well.
So back to the roots, family affair then?
Yeah, absolutely.
The daughters enjoyed it, I'm sure.
They did to start with.
Yeah. I meant to ask, what's your favourite coffee?
Oh, I'm espresso, filter, flat white, yeah, pretty much. I just love coffee. So.
You know me well, I'm a flat white man, as you know, which is Australian, of course, isn't it?
Yeah, Australia and New Zealand, it was, they'll argue about it, those two. Yeah.
Will they?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't cause any squabbles. Lockdown finished, that first period back in, I guess it was May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That must have been quite an emotional time though, seeing your loyal customer base, and you have a big one here, actually coming back in and being back in.
It was fantastic to see people again. You know, the warmth and the goodwill when people were just coming by, even for takeaway or when they come to sit in. They were, it felt like such a bit of normality that everyone had been craving, just part of routine. So it's so important. We see people every single day, and they love it, and we love to see them. So.
Yeah, and of course, I think it was around the time of lockdown that you've been opening into the evenings anyhow. You were doing evening events and the evening sort of almost wine bar-y type presence in the town centre.
We did try a bit last year in the summertime, and we were heading to do some more this coming summer, but it never transpired. But yeah, we could make cocktails, and we were open for parties. We had some inquiries. We had some events planned for this year, so they didn't happen. But next year, fingers crossed, that's where we're going to move into. Do some more events into the evening where the chef comes in, or we'll have a set menu or set meals. We'll do different things, discos, parties.
Takeaways became a big thing, I suppose, during some of that period. So people have been enjoying takeaway. I mean, it must have shifted the balance of the business, although hopefully come New Year that will return to how it was. But takeaways became a saving grace for many people who needed coffee.
Absolutely, it was the only thing we could do. But we had the experience where I'd been in the Pacino's in the station for many years, from 2006 to 2011. So I knew how to run a very tight takeaway operation. So we were able to shift our business very quickly without too much difficulty to be able to cope with the rigours of a fast takeaway service, because people can't hang around as long, they're not sitting down. So there's a lot more changes you need to employ.
You can't afford to be late for your train.
No, can't afford to be late for a train.
It's good to see you smiling, Andy, because I know it's been a tricky time. I know one of the things you have worked very hard at here is looking after your own staff. I think you've been telling me that how that furlough has worked. So you're thinking of the mental health of your team as well.
Yeah.
You've tried to keep some semblance of normality. Tell us how that's worked for you.
That's it. So with the furlough scheme, flexible furlough, if somebody's working 5 days, we'd bring them in for 3 days, rather so that they would get some work, and so they would see the team, they would see their customers. So if we couldn't had enough hours for everyone, we would make the rest would get made up by the furlough scheme from the government. So at least everyone would come in. That way we keep everyone not at home going nuts. They can come out and do some work, see their customers, see their colleagues. Yeah.
But as an employer, very important, isn't it? Employer, you're thinking of and I'm sure that your team have appreciated that, because so much of this is about personal well-being and pulling us through something that's been such a strange circumstances.
It's difficult for so many people, but all we can do is give our customers a smile and make sure that the team's as happy as they can be when they're at work as well.
Yeah. Here we are, of course, a week into December. No little Chelsea Christmas this year. So many events suspended, but obviously now back out of the second period of lockdown, and very much looking forward, I'm sure, to the spirit that always pervades Little Chelsea at this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's important, isn't it, that people think about the local businesses if they want them to continue.
Absolutely. If they want them to be there, then they've got to support them now. Now is the most important time. It's a really important trading time for lots of businesses, but from retail to all in hospitality. Lots of people come out now. If they can come and support their local favourites, that would be the time to do it right now.
Yeah, and some terrific shops in this area. A lovely pub opposite us, the Eagle. So that's really what we've got to encourage people to do. If you had, let's hope that by the turn of the year we're getting back to some real normality. That's your hope, I guess, Andy, having established this wonderful premises on this corner here. High expectations of what next year will bring. Hopefully now a vaccine, as of we speak today, has just been the first vaccine this morning, actually. So, but optimistic about 2021.
Definitely, it can only get better with the vaccine and those sort of measures in place. I'm just desperate to see the place buzzing again. People socialising, meeting their friends, people getting up, wandering over to talk to another table. All of those things that we're missing. The human interaction we all crave. It's so important we can get back to it.
It's been toughest of all on hospitality, really, hasn't it? For reasons we understand, but it's been hard. Yeah,
it's been a real shame for the pubs as well and the restaurants. The people, struggling to get back out there because they can't meet at the moment. But everyone's got to do their duty and do what the government says and wear the masks and we sanitising everything and just doing the right thing. Yeah.
Well, I should be treating myself to some of your coffee beans over Christmas, because of course you do sell your beans as well, don't you?
We do indeed.
I'm not quite sure I'll make it as well as you do, Andy.
We can grind them for you. We've got a few different types of bean as well, so different regions around the world where they come from, so we can give you a good old selection.
Well, it's excellent coffee. If you had a Christmas wish, Andy, what would it be?
To hear the place buzzing again, to see people freely moving around. But that's for everyone really, for globally. We'd really want to see. That's a bit of a wish.
Well, it's a wish we've all got, Andy, and hopefully it will come true. So thanks for talking to us.